What is your projected timeline of when the experiments might take place for when you're going to have the robot do the ascending tests?
We're going to go for May, June, and July to do the 6,500, the 11,000, and the 23,000 feet. Once we get done with that, we've basically learned what we can learn from that type of experiment. Then August, we're probably going to launch a new Kickstarter ourselves to build what we call a string set. And what that'll be is, you've heard of CubeSats. So a 10 by 10, maybe by 10 or 20 or 30 centimeter box. We're going to put as much thread inside that box as we can. When it gets out into space, we'll pop the lid off of the box. It'll pull the thread out behind it, and we want to break a record. The Europeans have a 42-kilometer string that they have deployed in space. Honestly, if we can't beat 42 kilometers, we have no business doing what we're doing. So we're going to anxiously attack that record, and frankly, we want to crush it. So that's what our Kickstarter is going to be starting in August. That's going to need a whole lot more money. I mean, I was really shocked when the first Kickstarter delivered 110,000, even though we only asked for 8,000. I was shocked. This time, I've learned a lot. I understand Kickstarter, the community a little bit better. To do this experiment is extremely expensive. I mean, we're talking $100,000, $150,000. Really, to do what we need to do, it's pretty expensive.
Is that factoring in launch costs?
Well, that's the big unknown. It's probably about 100. It's between 70 and 100 to build the satellite, and then whatever the launch costs are. So we don't really have any controls over that. And it's not just launch, it's also about manifest, getting actually on to a rocket, because there's so many people that want on that stuff. So there's a lot of unknowns right now. We're still trying to sort that out. But that's kind of our experimental phase. We'll do the Earth-based balloon balloon robots for a while. We'll do a couple of those, and then by the summer we want to shift over to doing space experiments. It's time. It's definitely time. We're trying to do some other stuff with the International Space Station. These are complicated tasks. These are not simple tasks, but yeah, that's where we're going. It's time to get to space. It's time for the space elevator to start moving to space. So that's what this year's about.